this is? January 7th. It's Sunday. The end of the week. Or the beginning of the week, however you want to look at it. But what do we have planned for Sundays? So, Sundays are one that I'm really looking forward to, because Sundays is where we're going to break down those survival tips. And by survival tips, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, here's a tip for how to survive. But when you think about it, there's things that we always, talk about, like ferro rods or knives or, you name it, right? There's like these groups of things that we say, hey, you should have, right? And so my plan is for Sundays is I'm going to take like certain items that are important in survival. So I'm going to start with compasses, right? Because compasses are extremely important. Because if you get lost, and you don't have GPS, you have to figure it out. And so, and I think that compasses are a lost art. Not a lot of people really, outside of the military, and even some of those in the military don't know how to use a compass right. So, we're going to take 3 to 4 weeks, probably more. So each item is going to take, several weeks. But we're going to talk about things like compasses, maps, knives. More to the point, how to sharpen and maintain your knives. We're going to talk about things, like that, Whether you subscribe to the Canterbury, 10 C's of survival, or whether you just think, okay, so there's certain items that you need to have to survive. The only thing that I'm not going to touch on is I'm not really going to talk about first aid, because I was CLS qualified, but I wasn't a medic. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a registered nurse. I'm not a paramedic. I'm not going to give out any type of medical advice. The only thing we'll talk about on this channel, first aid wise, is if I open up a first aid kit. So, because we'll talk about what's in the first aid kit, but I'm not going to give out any advice. I did have an earlier video that was flagged for medical misinformation, but I think I was talking about and I shouldn't have. So, but so we're going to talk about things that are important for survival. We're going to break them down in groups. Just stop. Hold that thought. Sorry about that. I thought it stopped again. I had some issues the other day. So we're going to break things down like that. Ultimately, Sundays, I'm looking forward to Sundays because I miss giving sergeant times training. Yeah, it's like when you're in the Army, you're like, I hate it. I can't wait to get out. But then when you get out, you're like, I miss it. And so Sundays to me are going to be kind of like that whole sergeant's time training thing that I do miss doing. So if you know what that is, you kind of, it sucked when you're in, but you miss things. So that's what Sundays are going to kind of be for me. But ultimately, if you look at everything, right? So if you break it down, as far as so we're going to start. So Mondays we're going to be doing some projects, right? How to build things, how to do, survival skills and stuff like that. Building fire, not building fires, but stuff like that. So, the how-to, and then, Tuesdays we're going to be talking about hey, we might discuss this Black Legion little knife, right? We might discuss this compass that we got. So we're going to be talking about gear reviews. And then Wednesdays, Wednesdays are what a lot of people are probably going to come for, where we open up our subscription boxes. What did we get this week? What's in that box. It's kind of a fun day. And then Thursdays, we're going to talk about foraging, hunting, gardening, how to acquire food, essentially. Fridays is knots. They're important because if you have to tie things up, you have to tie things up. So we're going to be talking about knots. And then on Saturdays, we're going to be discussing the different prepping things. How to prep food, dehydration, vacuum sealing, canning, and then finally on Sundays we're going to be talking about how to use the tools that we have. So if you think about it, the idea is that we're going to make every day work together, and it's like because if you think about it, if you go back to Thursdays, now you've grown this garden, you have an urban garden in the city. You've got a lot of bell peppers. You have a lot of jalapenos. You have a lot of tomatoes. Well, what do you do with it? Well, you know what? We're going to look to Saturdays. And, okay, so how do you can that? How do you dehydrate it? How do you store it? Okay? Well, you know what? Hey, we've got this dehydrator. How do we use it? Oh, you know what? We're going to look to Tuesdays. We're going to look at this gear review. So we're going to tie everything together on this channel. And this is something I'm really excited for, and for those of you that keep coming back and watch my videos, I really, really thank you. For those of you that don't, hey, if you only watch 1 or 2 days, awesome. It's not for everybody. I get it, but this is one of those. This is something for me personally that I've always wanted to do. I've seen people create YouTube channels, and I see wow, they've got like so many subscribers. It's one channel. It's like I was watching a video, and it was, like a year ago. He had like 190 subscribers. And I look at the channel, he's got over 1,000 subscribers. So, and it's kind of something similar to this, and, I'm just like, wow, I can do this. And I took acting in school. So, I don't have any problem with getting in front of people and making a fool of myself and being somebody else, if you will. And so for me, this is just so natural, to get up here and put myself on camera, throw it out there on YouTube, and, hey, if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you want to leave, your snide comments, awesome. It doesn't really bother me. You're on the other side of this camera. But I know that there's some people out there that are like, oh, that's a good video. I like watching this guy for whatever reason. Maybe it's my horrible haircut. Maybe it's my awesome beard, but this is fun for me. But I also want to do something that matters. And so that's why we're breaking this channel down by days and by themes per day. So Sundays is going to be, we're going to talk about our gear. We're going to talk about it. We're not going to review it. I'm not going to say, oh, this is a good compass. I'm going to say, these are different types of compasses. And that's actually videos coming up next week. So I think it's next week. Yep. Yeah. So a week from now, we're going to be introducing you to the compass. And some of you might already know how to use a compass. Oh, I doubt it, because half the people in the Army didn't know how to use a compass. They would, what's this? But we're going to break this down. We're going to do this step by step by step. And hopefully at the end of the year, we have created something that covers so many avenues, but in a manner that, like, especially when I start putting these in playlists, I think it's like, well, if you want to go back to, oh, you know what? How do I do maps? And so, you'll be able to look up their playlist maps, and you'll get, all 6 or 7 videos, however many there are. I've kind of got it mapped out, so, but I'm excited. Hopefully you can tell I'm excited, and I plan on having a lot of fun this year. We are going to have a lot of, we're going to have the usual openings. We've got Gear Pack, we've got the SHTF box, we've got our tackle box, we've got Grim Workshop, we've got our survival card, we've got our wild edible, every other month, So in February, we're going to have another Apoca box, which is Apoca box that I'm going to admit is one of my favorites. Gear pack, I really struggled, but we're going to keep it. We're going to see if they do anything this year. Plus, by my calculation, December is going to be their 100th box. So we're going to hopefully, Gear Pack does something special. Their last three boxes have been a little lackluster, but we'll stick it out, I guess, at least for this year. But, I'm not going to hold this long, but I got this listed out by days. So I'm gonna be doing a lot this year, and hopefully you like them. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already subscribed and you keep coming back to watch my videos, please subscribe. And if you are subscribed, hey, hit that notification button, or just come back every day at 6, because I'm gonna start putting these videos up every day. I'm going to. I've already got a list of things. Tomorrow I'll be working on Mondays and Tuesdays video. Wednesday's video is already up, so it's already ready to drop. Then I just gotta do Thursday, Friday. I actually should have the 17th. That video should be coming here shortly. So we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. So hey, it's 5-10 minutes a day. Granted, like Wednesdays might be a little bit longer, but hey, just spend 5-10 minutes a day with me, and you might learn something. You might have a laugh. You might be able to say, hey, what's up with those shirts? It's the love of my life always says that these shirts made me look muy gringo, but I love them. So. But that's it. This rounds up the first week of 2024, and I've got a good map, and I think that at the end of the year, I want to have built something on YouTube that is just awesome. So, or ridiculous. Either way, I'm okay with it. But So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I know that I get like videos that that exceed the number of subscribers I have. So, and then I know that I have some that like not too many people watch, and that's awesome too. And those of you that are those 10 people that are watching my videos like consistently, I appreciate you, and I will keep making videos for you 10. So, but ideally, this year. I want to break that 1,000 subscriber mark, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna be giving some stuff away along the way. So, last I checked, I was at 198 subscribers. So, and I haven't forgot. 250 subscribers, we are gonna do a giveaway, and I don't know. We'll probably put that video up on a Wednesday. So with the we'll do an opening, and then we'll do another video that same day about the giveaway. In fact, you know what? Wednesdays will be the giveaway videos. So when I hit 250, 500, and 1,000, those videos that drop, which will have what I'm giving away and how to enter, those will be on Wednesdays as well. So, but anyway, so I hope you had a great week. And I plan on making a lot of these videos, and I'm having a lot of fun. So stay crazy and keep prepping.